Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Homestead's Ben Smallbone and Dawn Olivieri on new approach to post-apocalyptic genre and Yellowstone filming comparisons. Ben Smallbone is bringing a new and modern approach to the post-apocalyptic genre, and Dawn Olivieri is at the heart of it in Homestead. Smallbone is a filmmaker known for his work in the faith-based genre, having helmed numerous music videos for the group For King and Country, while also co-writing, directing, and editing the thriller Priceless and the documentary Johnny Cash, The Redemption of an American Icon. Olivieri first found success as a recurring player in Heroes and the Don Cheadle-led House of Lies before becoming part of Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone universe, playing Claire Dutton in 1883 and Sarah Atwood in Season 5 of the mainline show. Smallbone is in the director's chair for Homestead, adapting the novel Black Autumn, in which the United States is rocked by a variety of nuclear attacks, with chaos ensuing as people scramble to acquire supplies and find safety by any means necessary. Olivieri stars in the movie as Jenna Ross, the wife of Neil McDonough's Ian and co-owner of the vast property in which the rest of the main characters gather in order to come up with a plan of survival. However, as their neighbors also begin turning to the Rosses for help, they will find themselves facing both moral and emotional hurdles. Alongside Olivieri and fellow Yellowstone alum McDonough, the ensemble Homestead cast includes Longmire's Bailey Chase, Walker's Karen Giovanni, Jack Ryan's Susan Missner, Tyler Lofton, Kevin Lawson, Curry Graham, Olivia Senebia, Jessa Hutch, and Ariel Linas, helmed on a script from Black Autumn's co-author Jason Ross, as well as Philip Abraham and Leah Bateman. The movie has been met with a positive response from audiences, landing a 73% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes and having grossed just shy of $13 million thus far. Ahead of the movie's release, Screen Rant interviewed Ben Smallbone and Dawn Olivieri to discuss Homestead, how some of the post-apocalyptic movies of the past inspired Smallbone to do something he felt was better, why Olivieri was thrilled to be joining another multimedia franchise by signing on for the film, and how going from Yellowstone to the movie was like a glitch in the Matrix for her. In the vast world of post-apocalyptic films, few projects manage to merge fresh perspectives with the genre's beloved staples. Enter Homestead, a gritty and emotional exploration of survival in a world irrevocably changed by disaster. The film, directed by Ben Smallbone, offers a bold new approach to the post-apocalyptic genre, one that stands apart from the standard action-heavy survival narratives. Starring Dawn Olivieri as a resilient mother trying to protect her family in a collapsed world, Homestead presents a narrative grounded in raw emotion and human connection rather than grandiose global struggles. Recently, Ben Smallbone and Dawn Olivieri sat down to discuss their creative process, the challenges they faced on set, and how Homestead compares to other iconic series like Yellowstone, where both of them have had their careers shaped in distinctive ways. The discussion revealed fascinating insights about the changing landscape of storytelling in dystopian settings, as well as the unique challenges of filming in remote locations. A new take on the post-apocalyptic genre for Ben Smallbone. The inspiration behind Homestead came from a desire to explore the human side of catastrophe rather than just focusing on the spectacle of survival. While the post-apocalyptic genre has long been synonymous with intense action and destruction, Homestead introduces a much more intimate portrayal of survival. I've always felt that the post-apocalyptic genre focuses too much on chaos and the macro scale of survival. We wanted to bring the narrative down to a more personal, smaller-scale approach, Smallbone explained. At its heart, Homestead is about family, connection, and the emotional toll of living in a broken world. It's easy to get lost in the spectacle of dystopia, but what really drew me to this project was the chance to dive deeper into the emotional resilience that individuals exhibit when pushed to their breaking point. The film's protagonist, played by Dawn Olivieri, is a mother who, after a cataclysmic event, is forced to navigate the new world with her young daughter. Rather than focusing solely on the mechanics of survival or the vastness of a destroyed world, Homestead emphasizes the intimate moments that allow its characters to process grief, find hope, and face the emotional weight of their circumstances. Olivieri, known for her roles in The Vampire Diaries and House of Lies, described her character as someone whose emotional journey is as crucial as the physical one. There's this almost primal need to protect those we love, but that's often at odds with the survivalist instincts that we're forced to adopt in a world like this, Olivieri said. For my character, it's not just about surviving the elements or fighting off other survivors. It's about preserving what's left of humanity. In a world where so much is lost, finding the will to keep going is often the hardest part. Smallbone and Olivieri's collaboration highlights how Homestead explores the intersections of survival and human connection. Rather than emphasizing action or combat, the film leans into moments of vulnerability, emotional breakdowns, and the bonds that people form when they are stripped of all but the most essential aspects of life. Comparing filming experiences, Homestead versus Yellowstone. One of the most interesting aspects of the conversation was the comparison between filming Homestead and Yellowstone, a show known for its expansive western landscape, fierce family drama, and rugged survival themes. Both projects share a backdrop of wild terrain, but their approach to storytelling couldn't be more different. Both Smallbone and Olivieri have had experience working on Yellowstone. Smallbone directed several episodes of the series, while Olivieri appeared in a memorable guest role. Despite their differing experiences, both were able to draw distinct comparisons between the massive scope of Yellowstone and the more intimate, character-driven focus of Homestead. For Yellowstone, everything was about scale, Smallbone reflected. We filmed in some of the most stunning and vast locations you can imagine. There's a real sense of grandeur that comes with the Western genre. That raw, unforgiving landscape. But with Homestead, we stripped that back. It's more about the microcosm of human experience within that same vast world. For Olivieri, her role in Yellowstone allowed her to explore a completely different kind of character, one defined by the harshness of life in the unforgiving West. Yellowstone is huge in scope. It's about family legacies, power, and survival in a more cutthroat way. The characters are larger than life, she said. But with Homestead, I'm playing someone who's deeply affected by the collapse of society in a very personal way. It's a much quieter, more internalized performance. The contrasting approaches to the landscapes also played a major role in shaping the tone of each project. While Yellowstone used its majestic mountains, wide open spaces, and grandiose ranches to amplify the intense drama and power struggles between its characters, Homestead focuses on more claustrophobic settings, abandoned houses, small community dwellings, and survivalist hideouts. Yellowstone has these huge panoramic shots that emphasize the vastness and isolation of the character's world, Smallbone explained. With Homestead, we wanted to feel that same isolation, but through the lens of a much smaller world. It's more about the inside of a house, a space that's still familiar to us, but everything is now warped by the disaster, creating a different kind of post-apocalyptic heroine. Olivieri's portrayal of a mother striving to maintain some semblance of normality in a world gone mad was one of the standout aspects of Homestead. Unlike many post-apocalyptic heroes who are defined by their ability to fight and protect through sheer strength, Olivieri's character is driven by a different force: love. The most compelling part of playing a post-apocalyptic heroine is that it's not about just being tough or resourceful. It's about navigating the emotional challenges of raising a child in a world that's lost its way, Olivieri said. In the traditional sense, heroes in this genre are often stoic, distant, and cold. But my character is someone who is constantly pulled between the need to protect her daughter and the overwhelming grief she feels for the world that's been lost. This portrayal represents a significant departure from the often hard-edged archetypes that dominate the genre, showcasing a softer, more nurturing type of heroism.